Okay, in this problem, Paula earns X per hour in her job working at a clothing store. If she receives a 10% raise, what is her new hourly rate? And let's use a real-world example for this problem. Let's pretend that we're making $10 an hour. And then our boss comes to us and says, hey, guess what, Paula? You're getting a 10% raise. That means it's a 10% raise on top of what I'm already making. So the way you would calculate that is you take your $10 and multiply it by 10%. The problem is we've never learned how to multiply things by a percent. So that we don't multiply by a percent, what we end up doing is converting that percent to a decimal. And I don't know if y'all learned this in middle school. We covered it a little bit in class. There's an acronym we call Dr. P. And what that D stands for is decimal, the R is just there, and the P stands for percent. If we're converting from a percent, okay, if we want to go from the P to the D, we have to go back 2. So to convert from a percent to a decimal, you take your percent and move it 2 places to the left, which would make it 0.10, which is the same thing as just 0.1. That extra zero you don't have to write. On the flip side, if you wanted to take 0.1 and convert it to a percent, since it's a decimal, you would start right here, and to go to P, you would move 1 space here, 2, so you would go 1, 2, and fill in your dip with a 0. And that would become 10%. So that's what you really need to know how to do on this problem is, first of all, you have to understand how to convert decimals, or how to convert percents to decimals. After that, it's pretty easy. So if we did that, if we did $10 times 0.1, we would end up getting $11. Hold on, let me backtrack. I lied. 10 times 0.1 isn't 11. 10 times 0.1 is $1. I was jumping ahead of myself. So let me ask you, not that you can respond, but is $1 our new salary? Did our boss just come to us and say, hey, guess what? You've been such a good employee, I'm giving you 10% raise. You're now going to get paid a whole $1. That's a ripoff. That ain't right. So what we need to do is add this $1 to our $10. So you take your original salary, and this problem it's X, and then you added your new bonus or your raise. So the answer choice for this one is going to be G. You need to write that 0 there. If you put S, you didn't convert your percent right. If you chose H or J, you did the same thing. You didn't convert your percent right.